What's up, fellow classers? It's Apollyon here, and what we're going to do in this video is we're going to look at the top 3 strategies for Town Hall 9 clan war attacks, at least my opinion of what the top 3 most powerful ones are. There are so many variations you can do with these attack strategies, and we're leaving the queen walk, queen charge out of here because queen walk, queen charge, you can do anything. Queen walk, queen charge air, queen walk, queen charge ground. You can do whatever you want with that kind of thing, and it's still a very powerful attack, but these are just the bread and butter as far as my opinion goes. And we're going to look at 3 different attack strategies. And with those 3 different ones, let me do the 3 there. 3. Okay. 3 different attack strategies. And we're going to show one of them with a couple different variations. So the first one, if you guys have ever watched my videos in the past, you've seen I love the try laloon. And that's what we're going to look at first right here. Try laloon, it's usually done when there is a something in the enemy clan castle that does not attack air. Something like a golem, a lava hound, a P.E.K.K.A., something like that. And you're going to use a Sui King Queen, which means it's basically suicide King Queen into the base. Their only goal is to get a certain amount of defenses and to possibly get the queen if they're able to, but really get the defenses that is necessary. In this case, is going to be those 2 air defenses there at the 4 o'clock compartment. And if they can get the queen, that's even icing on the cake. Really don't want to trigger that clan castle because that's something they don't want to deal with. And it makes the try laloon so much more powerful that you don't have to worry about the clan castle. So the queen is getting in here, had to pop the king ability to make sure that all that trash was funneled. So the queen will walk in, pops the ability. If it was able to get the queen, that would be fantastic. I don't think we're going to on this. In fact, she's walking into the clan castle right now. She does trigger it, but since the lava hound doesn't attack air-based units, it doesn't really make a difference too much. So look at that nice funneling job as far as the defenses. Now you've got a really nice path for the laloon portion, and we're starting that right here, bringing 2 of your own lava hounds and 1 in the clan castle. The one in the clan castle has already been dropped there. So we've got a bunch of hastes, rages, and in this case we brought 2 skelly spells right there that are being dropped to take care of that queen, and 2 skelly spells on the rage will take care of that queen so fast. Absolutely no chance that she has. And instead of the heal, we've brought a haste to let those loons go between each one of that Tesla farm up at noon. So you can just see so many loons. In fact, didn't even have to deploy that many loons. Could have held a couple back for cleanup. We just have so many. There's got to be at least 15 loons up, maybe even 20. I don't know. Just a bunch of loons there, just overwhelming this base. This base is completely crushed. So there's nothing else to watch. Those skelly spells are going to do some damage to the loons, but at some point the minions and pups will take over and they'll start targeting those as they're doing right now, and they'll start taking care of that. And they actually do pop the lava hound. And one of the things that you can do as far as the enemy lava hound is you can bring 1 archer. And when they start doing the laloon deployment, just throw an archer down at one of the corners where there's no defenses. That lava hound will go ahead and move over there. Now, when you're using a skelly spell, the lava hound will return back again to take out the skelly spell, but by that time, a lot of the stuff will already be cleared out. So that's our first one, our try laloon. Second one, we're going to use go wee wee or a bitch attack. I don't have a witch slap. If you guys have not seen my witch slap videos, it's just a variation where you bring healers instead. So we'll look at the traditional one on number 26. And it's just going to be 3 golems and 9 witches. So just very, very nice attack here. It's incredibly powerful, especially for a fresh hit, which makes one of the strongest ones. And we're dropping our 3 golems all throughout the 12 to 9 o'clock area, with 1 in the middle to get in that core with the king, queen, and bowlers. And we just have a bunch of witches. Actually, we dropped the king not to go into the core, but a bunch of, I think we should have just reversed that, in my opinion. We should have had the queen go at 9 o'clock down with the lava hound in the clan castle, and the king to go in the core to help out with the bowlers and the golem. But maybe this was a completely fresh hit and didn't know. It doesn't really matter. This is such a powerful attack. Those witches make so many skellies that just distract all these point defenses. It is a little bit tougher if you have too many whiz towers on the edges where they'll go ahead and snipe the skellies and the witches. Also, if there's a lot of mortars that are going to fire there in the beginning too, it just really hurts that attack and the power of it. But we have the king and queen's ability both up here. Have not popped either one. Both of them, I think, are just pretty much full health. So this is just looking fantastic. We still have a bunch of bowlers in the core trying to break their way through, but once they do, they'll be able to splash damage all of those first compartment defenses. And we have a couple witches in the core as well, so everything's just looking fantastic. I think we're going to pop the king. There we go. And now it's just a matter of time between that king tanking for so many of these witches and bowlers. And it's going to distract the mortar in just a second. And then by the time the mortar is not distracted, it's going to be on top of the mortar and take care of that. And it will also distract the whiz tower. So we'll fast forward it a little bit, just 2 times so you could see it play out. There we go. The queen actually steps up and gets that. And now with the 4 bowlers and witches and skellies and a king, not 1 Tesla, it's a no-brainer battle there. So it's completely cleared. Now we're going to go and focus on probably one of my bread and butter attacks that I used to do all the time. Besides the Trilalo ground attack, I really like this attack as well. And it's the Gohobo. So the traditional one we're going to show first, which is the shattered, meaning you're going to bring 2 golems and then you're going to have your bowlers in their clan castle, and then you're going to finish it off with hogs. So we'll look at number 37, and we're going to take a look at this with 2 golems, 1 in the clan castle being dropped right there. I'm sorry, not 2 of them of her own being dropped right there, and then we're going to follow up with a bunch of wizards. The biggest thing about this is to make sure you get the funneling done. You don't want those bowlers, king, queen, walking. You want them to go into the core. Their job is to take care of the CC, number 1, and number 2, to take care of that queen. Actually reverse it. Number 1 is to take care of the queen, and then the second is to take care of the CC. The queen has to go down. The enemy queen has to. Fortunately, able to get those bowlers in the core. They almost walked, but we're being very patient on dropping our spells. There we go with the jump and the rage to push through here. They are going to get the queen in just a second. They're going to unfortunately hit a giant bomb, but another big valuable piece they get is that bomb tower. Bomb towers are really big in Town Hall 9, and I think they were able to get that. Or no, actually I think that's on the next attack. They weren't able to get it here. You don't have to get it, but it makes it so much easier for your spells. You only have 2 heals in this particular place with a jump and a rage. So you can either bring 1 jump and no rage and 3 heals. It just depends how much you expect to get in the core. This is a really nice open core, so it allowed them to get a pretty high push. We've got a Tesla farm at 9 o'clock with a giant bomb there, so that 1 heal covers everything. We still have 1 more, and we're probably we don't have to worry about that bomb tower now because the king is going to take care of that, which is huge because now we don't need to save that heal, which we do need to use very soon, because if they hit 1 more giant bomb, they're going to be in big trouble, those hogs. So we've got the king tanking those point defenses, and there's probably about 15 hogs left over here that are just making their way to 2 other point defenses and 2 air defenses, which do nothing. And that's going to be just perfectly fine. They're just going to completely take over the rest of the space. Hogs, in my opinion, are the best cleanup troop. They can jump over walls. They have nothing stopping them, and they do heavy, heavy DPS, a lot of damage to clean up all these trash buildings. So we'll fast forward this as well and watch the cleanup of this. And now we'll just jump into the variation of this, because I like either a stone, which means you can bring 3 golems and a little less hogs, depending on how big of a push you really want to get with your kill squad. And if you're trying to get a really heavy push and take out a lot of defenses with your kill squad, then you're going to need to bring 3 golems. This is the reverse case, so we're going to use a cold-blooded entry, which means we're only using 1 golem. So the key to this, again, I said the first thing is to get that enemy queen. You need to get the enemy queen. So you see how outset she is in the base, very reachable, just as long as you can get anything into that. You don't even need to break the walls to get in to grab her aggro. So that one golem's job is just to tank and to help these wizards do some of the funneling work, and then we're going to drop a jump spell to get access to that queen just in case she doesn't jump over that compartment and allow the king to have access to her. Don't know why we jumped that far out. Probably should have put it over that first archer tower just to make sure that they had access if that queen was in her compartment, her own compartment. And then the second part of this is to take care of the clan castle, which we're doing right here with the poison. So I think this is the one, if the queen does take the jump, I think she gets the bomb tower as well. There we go. She's coming in here. So she's going to take care of the rest of that clan castle. King decides to peace out, and he's going to walk around. But she is going to get the bomb tower, which again saves another heal, because you don't have to worry about that extra bomb tower, which is just like a giant bomb. So hogs are coming through here. I think this is the one we have 3 heals, because we only had to use a jump. We didn't bring a rage. So we've got 3 heals here and just so many hogs. We've even saved 4 hogs. Look how many hogs we've got going on in the core there. Just tons of hogs. Queen is still up almost full health with ability. So that's just absolutely crushing this base. And then we're sending another couple of hogs in here. And they're going to be able to heal over that Tesla farm and the wizard tower. Just really nicely done. And it is completely all over for this. They are going to turn their attention back on this king in just a second. And we still have a queen that can take care of the king by popping ability. And we do have, we've held on to the hog, which I say just brilliantly done, because that's absolutely possible, absolutely perfect. To hang on to that one hog, just in case you need to jump it, to drop it, sorry, somewhere in here to help. I don't think timing was an issue here, but it's the best cleanup troop, and that's just such a nice way to do it. You can't really hit a base any better than this, except maybe dropping that jump a little bit more inward to cover the queen's compartment, but just such a nice job. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I would highly recommend, if you're struggling a little bit at Town Hall 9, that you use one of these attacks and just practice it over and over again. They really, these 3 attack strategies can hit almost any type of base. So you're limited to very little at Town Hall 9 designs with this. So go ahead and take these compositions and friendly challenge, get used to it, practice, get those 6-star clan wars, and practice those 3-star attacks.